Did I quit Raid Shadow Legends? So today is going to be a discussion video. If you guys are interested in really just knowing more about what's going on with my involvement in the game, this is the video for you. If not, then you don't have to listen. I totally understand. But this is a question that I've been seeing pop up quite a bit in the comments over the last few videos, and it's a perfectly valid question, especially considering that my account has been pretty stagnant, especially with my energy. It's actually been going up at over 13,000 now. I mean, that's a pretty clear sign that I'm not really playing the game a whole lot. And I want to answer the question, did I quit the game outright, with a no. However, I don't play the game nearly as much as I did before. I probably play it maybe like a quarter to a third as much as I did before. And I also want to clarify that even when I was more active in the game before, I was never a super serious diehard player. I've never tried to give off the impression that I'm super endgame or anything like that. I enjoy the game as a more casual player, but I also enjoy making videos. And when the game first came out, I felt like I was able to explain a lot of stuff really well, a lot of the new player type stuff, but, you know, end game type stuff has just never really been my thing, and I've never really been super involved in that. I've always been a more casual player who doesn't put in the insane amount of hours into the game. Even at my, peak of videos and putting out content, I was still only playing the game maybe a couple hours a day at the most. Now, it's maybe 20, 30, 40 minutes at the most. And I will still end up doing my daily routine, kind of go through, do dailies. I'll do some arena matches. I'll use my clan boss keys. I'll use some faction wars keys just to make sure that I use those because they disappear each day. But besides that, I'm not really doing things like working on new champions, farming a bunch of food, farming a bunch of gear. Those are all the kind of things that I used to do much more before that I've really toned down on a lot. And if you guys are wondering the reason why, it's actually a combination of things. I don't want to come out and just flat out say it's one thing in particular. It is obviously because I have been unhappy with some of the changes and the direction that the game has been going, but it's also been the fact that I've just been playing the game for a really long time. It's probably been, 15, 16 months by now. And also, there's just a lot of other games that I play as well. And as my involvement in other games goes up, to compensate, of course, my involvement in other games has to go down. So you can almost even say that Raid Shadow Legends has kind of gone down my priority list of games and time that I put into it. That doesn't necessarily mean, though, that I'm done forever, that I've quit, or anything like that. I don't want anybody to get that impression. And I will say that as a general guide of my involvement in games, you can always look towards how often I put content out. And that's another thing that I want to address as well, is people are wondering, did you quit Raid Shadow Legends? If you did, are you still making videos? What's going on there? Why would you still be making videos if you quit? Could you explain that? And I will say that my involvement in the game is kind of like a representation of how often I put videos out. Before, for the longest time, I used to be putting out a video every single day, like nonstop. I wouldn't take any breaks. It was a daily thing, and there were some days that I would even put out 2 videos. Now, maybe you'll see 3 videos a week, maybe if that, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes even a little bit less. And that's kind of like the representation of my involvement in the game. And if I play even less, then you might even see less videos. If I start playing more, then you'll probably end up seeing more videos. But I've never really been the kind of person to just flat out say, I quit, I'm done forever, I'm never logged into my account again, that's it. And I also do want to say that I have seen at least some things in the recent patch notes and the direction of the game where I think it could be a good step. Now, there's obviously a long, long ways to go. I'm still not spending money in the game, of course, as well. But, when things like the Void Tower come out, when they end up cleaning up the arena more so, and when they end up just addressing a lot of the stuff that a lot of the community has been talking about, then I will feel more motivated and get more involved in the game. So that's another reason why I really do keep an eye on the news, the announcements. That's why that's a lot of my videos. I understand that lately that's pretty much been the only type of content for the game that I've been putting out, and I understand that it has gotten dry. Don't worry, I know that, I understand it. It's something that I'm really thinking about what to kind of do moving in the future, whether I'm going to even tone down the announcements more so and maybe consolidate it into like a weekly video instead of putting it out like every 2 days or every 3 days. Maybe save all the news and announcements for 1 week, and then put it out a certain day of the week. Or I was thinking of maybe trying to get involved and do something else fun and exciting. But I've tried to do this before. It seems like a lot of people were not really that interested, and I also don't really want to put videos out there where I know there's already a lot of content there, and I'm just not going to really be able to do it better. I'm just going to be honest. If I were to do champion guides, I know Chosen, Hell Hades, a lot of those guys out there, their champion guides are just going to be better than mine. And I don't want to, go down that road if there's already content that's out there that's also going to be better. I wouldn't mind doing something fun and exciting, like maybe thinking of cool team compositions or some sort of challenge, something unique, but I'm really trying to find that motivation to get myself playing the game much more. And when I do end up playing the game more, you guys will definitely see a lot more videos. But that doesn't mean that I'm done for good. That doesn't mean that the videos are stopping entirely or anything like that. And I don't want anybody to get that understanding. I will still be keeping an eye on the news and the announcements. I'll be figuring out whether I want that to be maybe like a weekly thing instead of a daily thing. And if you guys have any kind of suggestions for, future videos, something to get myself involved in. I know I tried to do a free-to-play account for a little while, but it just doesn't seem like a lot of people were that interested. It felt like people didn't really want to see it. And, I am somebody who also gets motivated by the type of videos that I do. So if I see that a lot of people don't really enjoy me playing a free-to-play account, then I'm not going to continue to do that, knowing that that's something that a lot of people don't really want to see. So if you have any other fun and cool ideas that you think I could actually bring to the table that isn't something that somebody necessarily has done already, I will be happy to hear it. And I am definitely still keeping an eye on all the things that could be coming to the game. I really hope that we see a good future. I know that there's a lot of craziness always going on with Plarium. That's kind of what they are known for, but I am ready to get back into it full swing once we start to see some of these really big things that we've been hammering on for a while get implemented into the game. And I'll say that the Void Tower is probably the first step. I mean, it's just crazy how long they've been teasing that. Battle Pass Season 2 would also be really nice. As soon as I really start to see that kind of stuff get added to the game more and not just get delayed, no content, none of that sort of stuff, I feel like I'll definitely get that wave of motivation to get myself involved in the game again. But I also don't want anybody to get the understanding that this is the only game that I play. Raid Shadow Legends, it's a fun game. It's definitely been a part of my life for over a year now for sure. But at the end of the day, it is a mobile game. And I don't want anybody to get the impression that just because I still make videos, even though I'm not as involved in the game, means that this is, a super big part of my life or anything like that. It's really not. There's plenty of other fun games out there that I do play, and it all depends on what I find enjoyable at the time versus what I don't find myself as interested in. Anyway, this is pretty much just a clarification on what's going on with all that. I know a lot of people have been asking that question, and I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel. Feel free to toss a quick like, and that's going to be it for today. Have a great day, everyone.